Yeah, I was the dirtball of the family. 300 people walked out there, hit that, murdered, brought the house down.
Wow.
And from that point on, I was like, if any of my friends fucking need that, they're getting it.
Man,
That's nice.
That's heavy stuff. I mean, so are you.
Then
Love
I
it.
ate 45 crab cakes and called it a night.
I do love a good wedding. People shit on wedding. I gotta go to a wedding, but I love getting hammered in a tux.
Oh,
When
dude,
I
getting
love the
dressed
road.
up to get drunk.
Oh.
I love like even anything where I'm like, I put on a t-shirt and we go get drunk together. I'm in.
You want to move to get laid? Single guy at a wedding? Get a couple pops in you. Dance with grandma.
That's big.
I'm talking a slow shimmy with that old bag of bones. Oh, every gal there slipping on her own squirt. Works every time.
That's good.
Yeah.
This broad's better than night crawlers, you know what I mean? Huh? They come jumping into the boat.
But
Netflix is literally has a credo. They'll tell you.
oh yeah.
They have quotas. They're
Mark
like,
didn't know
you have a
that's going
TV
into
show.
the meeting.
If you have a TV show, we have an Asian director, we have a woman director. Doesn't matter. It's less about
I think
whatever
it's
they're
bad
doing though.
business.
They
So
seem to be
what?
doing
So what
well.
happened in your?
So I had two good pitches before that, so I was loose and I was zinging and zanging and I was on, and we were in there with the Netflix guy and we couldn't get the video to work to play the sizzle, and it was just showing like the ceiling, and I go, oh, it's the Kevin Hart sex tape. I'm trying to make jokes, and the guy goes, can you believe the woman is suing him for that? I was like, well, I think it's the best thing he's ever done. It's funny. It's funnier than his specials. And he was like, I produced the last 4 of those. And I was like, oh well, I'm just fucking around. We all love Kevin Hart. And he's like, I don't think that's appropriate. I mean, he works with Netflix. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just busting ball. I love Kevin Hart. I wish I was him. He's a little guy and cute and all that. Pets too. Go see it. Blah blah blah. And he just the whole pitch. I'm pouring my heart out in this pitch, shucking and jiving. I'm tap dancing, and he was just like, thank you.
Take a joke, man.
That's the whole thing.
Netflix is doing something right, though, aren't they?
Look, I did a college gig not too long ago, and I was doing sex jokes, and they're clenching their pearls, and I'm like, you guys don't get it. You call yourself progressive. You're like conservative. You're like You're like Reagan's wife. Oh my God, how dare you? I'm like, you should be having fun, you twat. You're 18. Live your life, you retard. What is wrong with you?
Right.
This is like, you just heard somewhere that this is bad or problematic, or this is not good, and we need to shut this shit down. And I'm a hero. Like, you're an idiot. You're nobody. You're a speck, and you're just a bummer. And we don't need a bummer right now. We just lived in a bummer.
And if you're not interested in it, there's many other things you can do.
Yes.
You don't have to fucking protest it. Just don't go to or support it. You know how many things I don't like?
Right.
You know how many things I don't like?
Yeah.
In the business that we're in. And I just don't listen to
Yeah,
it.
you move on.
I move the fuck on.
And you find people you gel with and
that's it.
relate to, and that's it. And that's life.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird dictator mentality. I don't like this. It must cease to exist. It's problematic. You're like, who the you sound like Trump, ironically. This guy you claim to hate, you're him. It's all defund the police, but you act like cops. You can't say this, you can't talk about that, you can't joke about this. Like, why don't you just beat me with a nightstick right now, you cunt? I'm dying here.
Oh shit!
They're
that's
so
great.
mean and hateful, and they want to ruin you. I'm a sweet person. We got to help people. He shouldn't have a job. Get rid of him. It's like, what are we doing? Which one is it? Are you sweet and nice and a hero? Or are you a terrifying human being who wants to ruin people's lives?
Oh, man.
He said fag in 1988. He's the devil. Well, how come I can't evolve? Blow me, whore. Jesus. But one time I went to a bar and my friend said it looked like a Marx Brothers movie. Like, I was on the table, then I grabbed the fire extinguisher and shot everybody and all this shit. But the craziest thing, my friends were fucking mooks, like animals, football playing, like white guys from the South who wore shorts and tucked their button down in and wore loafers, but fucking went nuts.
Yeah.
And I went out with my friends. We got drunk, whatever. I don't remember anything. I was with my girlfriend at the time. They had to drag me up to my porch at my home, and she's helping, and it's like a Tuesday. It's a school night. And then as a goof, she's trying to get me in the house quietly because my parents are sleeping. And as a goof, they go, "Hey, Norman!" And my girlfriend looks back, and they shoot us both with paintballs and just like light up the house and light me. I'm like, I don't remember any of this, but she told me.
So bad.
I don't remember a thing. I didn't wake up. I was blacked out through the whole thing. The house is, the whole thing's yellow.
Oh my God.
And they're like, ah! They peel off in their fucking jacked up truck. And then my dad comes out, and he was a military guy, much like your own. He's like, what the fuck? He's having flashbacks. He's flipping out. So he comes out, and he sees me laying there covered in yellow paint and my girlfriend crying. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? So he picks us both up. He throws me in the hallway of the house. He's like, you, upstairs, now. And she's crying. She runs upstairs, and he picks me up and spanks me in the living room. He wasn't a hitter, but he just didn't know what to do. He was like having a meltdown. Spanks me on my ass. I start laughing, and my girlfriend's watching through the railing of the banister of the stairs, and I'm like, my dad's spanking me.
Yeah.
And so he like lays me down on the living room floor, and then he goes, you get down here to her. And he's like, what's wrong with him? Why does he drink so much? Is he depressed? And she's like, I don't know. And then the next day he wakes me up at like 7. I'm like, I can't move. Throws me in the shower with my clothes on, turns it on. He goes, you're going to alcohol therapy or whatever it is. And I was like, what? And he drove me to this lady who like was a doctor and I don't know, had to ask me questions, but I still had, some yellow here and shit. And yeah, it was a wild night apparently. And not to mention, girls do doggy style. Their asshole is completely exposed. I don't want my asshole ever seeing the light of day or a table lamp. Nothing. I don't want to ever have my asshole pointing at the ceiling.
Yeah, that's
even
a tough one.
when I leave the room, I put a shirt in the back there or a cork or something.
You toured Europe with Bert.
Yes. That was a tough 2 weeks.
What? What was that like?
Well, Bert called, and Bert's a friend, and you got to hand it to Bert for being rich. He's shooting movies. He's hanging out with Snoop Dogg, and he's still like a normal, nice fat guy.
Yeah, he really is.
And I appreciate that, and I'll never forget it. Some guys, they got one fucking T-shirt sale, and they're like, all right, I'll see you in hell. Like, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
But thanks, Tim Dillon. But yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Tim Dillon is a very funny gay man. But Bert is super cool, and I was like, he's like, hey, you want to go to Europe? And I'm like, trip to Europe, paid to do comedy, drinking, the whole thing. I'm in. When am I going to Europe?
Yeah.
And it was challenging.
Really?
Well, I like to drink as much as the next guy, but I'm a normal human being who gets hungover and is an introvert and likes being alone and all that.
Yeah.
And Bert's like, drinking all night, shots, eating pizza at 5 a.m., then waking up at 9 a.m., hitting the treadmill with a Coors Light, and I'm like, I'm shitting blood, I'm trembling, I'm foaming at the mouth, I'm in a coke den with 2 naked guys. I'm like, what happened? How'd we get here? And he's like, hey, I'm at the gym, then I'm going to do some promo. You want to be in my video where we roller skate in our panties? I'm like, I'm going to kill myself. This is day 2. And we got a flight tomorrow at 7 a.m. to Copenhagen, and I don't know how we're going to do this.
Here we go. Law 45.
Hold
Preach
on.
the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Judgment. Everyone understands the need for change in the abstract, but the day-to-day level people are creatures of habit. Too much innovation is traumatic and will lead to revolt. If you are new to a position of power or an outsider trying to build a power base, make a show of respecting the old way of doing things.
That's
if
true.
change is necessary, make it feel like a gentle improvement on the past.
That's brilliant
There you
shit.
go. There you go.
Some kid needs to translate that into like millennial Gen Z talk. Like, yo, fam, it's lit when you're yourself.
Fucking.
or some bullshit, just so everybody gets it, because I think it's a little too heavy-handed sometimes, but it's all brilliant.
Have you ever done anything with a trans?
No, I'm not against it. Actually, I got blown in Mexico by, I believe a man. I don't ask questions.
Did you sneak him into the shelter? Or?
No. Me and my friends went to Tijuana, as you do. We were like 18, whatever. And they were all getting whores, and I was like, I don't want to do that. That feels weird.
Yeah.
Mexican whore, you don't know what's what.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I went to this bar, and I got blown, and I remember the guy had rock hard tits, and I touched his hair, and he was like, don't do that, because it would move.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I walked out, and I was feeling pretty good, and my friends were all standing outside like, you didn't go in that bar, did you? I was like, yeah. And they're like all busted out laughing. So it was a quiet drive home.
Yeah. So you definitely got blown by a trans woman.
Yeah, I think it was just a dude in a
In a wig,
drag.
yeah.
Yeah. So not even trying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
amazing BJ. I mean,
Yeah.
they know the equipment.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I had a
Is
condom
it,
on.
Is it better?
You had a condom.
Oh yeah, way,
Way
better.
better.
Way better. She knew what to do and all that. It was amazing.
Everybody is bi.
Apparently, I guess you're right.
You should be able to say all the jokes then if you've been there.
Ooh, good point.
For real.
I'll take it. N-word? I fucked a couple
Black guys?
black ladies. Very intimidating. I know you like the white gal, the white coos. Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah, the black gals. You've been with a few.
Not yet.
right.
Not yet. Hopefully.
Okay.
They're intimidating. Why are they intimidating?
Wow, you just assume the Lakers have been in there, and just all the giant men.
Tough follow.
Yes, exactly.
The Lakers have been in there.
I don't have a tiny penis. I'm not saying I'm small, but I'm not huge.
Right.
So,
Right.
You're not LeBron.
Right.
yeah, I'm no LeBron. I'm more Curry, but I'm Muggsy Bogues. But I got good veinage. I'm all vein.
That's what girls like for sure.
You think?
No?
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. So if
All the Europe ones,
Did you get loose in Amsterdam?
we got loose. We just did the canals and got a bunch of weed.
Are you a
and
drug
walked
guy
around.
or?
No, not a weed guy. I can't do it. I'm too fucked up. The weed brings out all the demons.
Yeah.
It doesn't suppress them like alcohol, which
You
I
like
need.
you like booze and uppers.
Yeah.
But you're
Booze and uppers.
But
Let's
you
just leave
don't
it
seem like lots. You have your darkness. It's from your childhood.
I think so. Yeah, I had a weird childhood.
How so?
Well, let's see. My dad got a wild hair up his ass and bought a dilapidated mansion in a poor black neighborhood. So first of all, the house was fucked. We barely had running water. It was, we'd have family meetings like, all right, go shit at school. Don't shit here. We need the water. And then my dad started running out of money, so he made the back half of bed and breakfast, like old style bed. So my mom's whipping up pancakes at 8 a.m. and I'm like, can I get one? She's like, blow me, dick. Eat a bowl of Cheerios, you cunt. And so I was like, all right, sorry, Jesus. And so my parents were workaholics. They're checked out. They were nice people, but they're just like, hey, we gave birth to you. You figure it out. Yeah, go watch TV.
There's no attention.
Yes, Dr. Drew. I just
Best
did his
thing to happen
podcast.
to a fucking comic.
Maybe, but boy, it's sad.
Don't give them attention.
Yeah. So what Dr. Drew say?
So he said, "You're," because I was like, my mom didn't react. Like I have girlfriends, I'll introduce her to my mom. They're like, "Whoa, that was tough. I felt like I was bombing in there." I'm like, "Welcome to my life, you fucking whore." Jesus Christ, 20 years of that shit growing up, and so
I bombed in there.
No wonder you need laughs from fucking strangers.
exactly. Like, ask me a question. Just ask me a random question. This is my mom.
A random question. Where are you from?
What time is it? Where are we? It's just like, oh shit, sorry.
She
like,
won't engage.
yeah, and she's not mean. She's just got her
Checked out?
Yeah, she's just like thinking about, all right, I got to pay the bill. I got to water the plants, and you're
Did
like,
you have brothers and sisters?
older brother, and he's a genius. He's like this, math computer wizard. And our neighborhood was so dangerous that he just head into a computer like as a kid, and he just became like DOS and shit.
Did
He
you
was
make
reading
friends
books.
in the neighborhood with the black?
Yeah, but then you got into fights, and there was a lot of racial tension. It was the 90s, and bikes were stolen, and we got robbed all the time. We had this crazy alarm going off because our house was so big. And I'd be like an 8-year-old kid, and you just hear like glass breaking, and then woo, 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 and I'm just like, I'm in my room like hugging up Teddy, hoping I don't get raped by fucking Leroy. And you go downstairs, and hey, the TV's gone today, and that was a Tuesday. And we got robbed all the time. My dad, he's like N-word rich, where he's like, oh, we're gonna buy a shitty Lexus, but it's a Lexus, so the Lexus would get stolen. He's like, all right, he'll give me like cab money to go to school and shit. And that was just how it was. I remember I told this story on Rogan, but I got my bike stolen. Just street toughs, they would rub their front tire on your back tire, and that meant like, oh, you're fucked. And they would just take your bike. Have you heard my Dickpic story?
No.
Maybe 8 years ago, I hooked up with this gal, and it was like this passionate weekend on the road. It was amazing. She was way out of my league. It was the highlight of my life. So we'd kind of communicate after a few weeks of me leaving, and she'd be like, send me a dick pic. Send her a dick pic, whatever, no big deal. 8 months later, we stopped talking, whatever. Somebody tweets at me, ats me, hey, is this your dick? And it was a photo of my dick. Some random guy in like Minnesota.
But a good photo, no less.
Yeah, but it's still my dick, so it's not great. But I saw my sheets, and that's what did it. I was like, those are my dinosaur sheets. And so...
That's my race car bed. I know that bed anywhere.
Yeah, I just didn't respond, and it kind of, flew off into the Twitter ether. But Jesus, seeing your own dick on a public platform is terrifying.
That's a bummer.
And he knew it was mine.
Well, you got a nice penis, though.
It's all right.
It's fine.
It's a Civic.
It's a Civic.
Yeah, it's like it'll get you places. It's reliable, but it's not gonna win a race.
Bitch and moan about every fucking thing, about every little. Yeah, like
I'm with you.
You can just you can have coffee delivered.
I know.
It's like it's a fucking amazing place to live.
It's incredible, and there's an escort in the phone book. I mean, everything you want is here. And I don't think we're as racist as we say we are. It's like, well, then why is Oprah doing so well? And, Jay-Z seems fine. I don't know. Maybe you're racist and you got some shit you got to deal with. I don't know. I think the more Nigerians have moved here than black people were enslaved.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of fun.
I didn't know that.
And then
that's a stat?
That's a stat. Look it up there, Jew face. And then... I don't know. I think everybody's doing pretty good.
Definitely, there's certain things that happened in my past where I think other people will feel uncomfortable talking about, but I claimed ownership over it. Like,
good.
I was touched by my sister's friend. At the age, she was 13, I was 9.
Ooh.
And and let me tell you, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, well, you're a survivor, but you enjoyed it. I get it. It's all about how you perceive it. I had sex with a 55-year-old when I was 16, which I was the king of high school for a year, but I talked to a lady about it last week, and she was like, "Oh, you're a pedophile survivor." And I'm like, "I guess I am. How about that? I didn't do a one-man show. I didn't tweet about it. I didn't have a hashtag. I just sucked it up and went, hey, how about that?"
How was it?
Great. I mean, I sucked, but it was great.
A 55-year-old woman will put it on you. We're talking about figure 4 leg locks, submission holds.
I met her husband. He was just an old queef with white hair, and he can't get it up. So I was rock hard from Jump Street, and she loved it.
I don't know, getting over that. I do think that the upside far outweighs.
Okay. That helps.
Yeah.
And talk about discomfort, and talk about a new challenge, and talk about
all
satisfying. Making a good podcast is one thing. Imagine making a good human.
A good human, yeah. And it's really cool. Like you see your kid develop a personality, and like you do feel pride. Like when you're out and my son's like introducing himself to people, and being like, it just kills you.
Anyone else hard?
Yeah.
These kids.
They're so adorable.
That's so nice to hear you say, because all we talk about is like, we got to leave a good planet for our kids. Like, hey, how about we leave some good kids for the planet?
Yeah.
Your kids fucking suck.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to you, dickless. You got shitty, snot-nosed, annoying, unpolite kids.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Dude,
you suck. They don't realize they suck, and then they're making little them.
What are the secrets about your chick? Like
she. Well, I mean, I don't know how much I can say, but
is she private?
She's cool. She's an open casket, but she likes insults and be mean to me and hold me down and really degrade.
Really?
Yeah, which is, I feel weird doing because I like her.
Yeah.
But
you're lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the weird thing.
You're uneducated.
Yeah, not all insults are sexy. Like, you're a bad driver. Your food, your cooking sucks. But it's bad though. One time we were fucking, and call me a whore, call me a slut, tell me I'm this, and I was like, you fucking retard. And that didn't go over well. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, sorry, I'm trying to think of the meanest thing.
You fucking.
So that didn't fly.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we got a Downsy model?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Now I feel better about jerking
Victoria's Secret now has a Down syndrome model.
That was a Down syndrome.
Wow.
Hey, listen, inclusive, and she's beautiful.
She's not bad.
Not bad.
Very pretty.
Are those real or fakes? What do we think?
Well, those titties ain't. That's an old David Tell. That's a David Tell joke.
Yeah, that's
not mine.
That's from Skanks for the Memories.
Yeah. Pimp's gonna be wearing those glasses soon, I think.
Wow, there it is. She does look a little like homeless Pimp. So
Good for her.
her.
Yeah, she's
Nice.
got. I wonder if she's got strength. Can she lift a car? They're strong people. That's what I hear. It's great. They pay her in crayons. Good for her. All right, we'll cut that out.
No, I say clip it. All right. So what was I talking about?
Whatever accomplishments I had were what she considered just baseline
Right.
what you had to do.
But do you think that made you better?
It made me sadder. There's nothing about that experience that catapulted me into anything but like a broken person.
I hear you. You don't look at those medals and go, "Hey, that was pretty good."
Yeah.
Damn.
Nothing.
Can I have them?
You can have. Oh my God! One of them is gold plated. You want one?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'd wear that to a
I won
club.
the Southeast Asian Games. I won 2 gold medals. I'll give them to you.
No, don't give them to me.
Mark,
Sell them.
Take them, Mark.
no offense, but you don't look like no athlete to me.
No, I'm not. I was a skateboard kid.
You were?
Oh, big time. That was my whole life.
Wait. You're a skater?
I was. I mean, I'm old now, but
Yeah, but so
boy,
back
because
I grew up. I just a second. All right, don't.
Oh, no.
Please don't. All right, I'm a poser. Please don't. Please.
He even opened up a skate shop but can't skate.
I opened up a skate shop, right?
Oh, what
And
a dweeb.
yeah, and you know,
Come on, man.
come on, man, look at my body.
Well, that's now you're 61.
Yeah, that's true.
Whoever said
That's
Asian don't
true.
raisin.
That's true.
I'm joking. You look great even though you're coming out of your shirt at the bottom.
I love it. Please keep it coming. But,
sorry.
yeah. I love being ripped on. Oh fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you do it.
But people are doing it for you. You're very popular on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's so many just viral videos.
That's
of you.
Steve Byrne.
Yes.
But yeah, that's kind of flattering when someone else does that. I've had people like mimic my act or lip sync it, and you're like,
Oh,
that's
cool.
fun. Somebody's
Yeah.
watching, somebody gives a shit enough to do that.
Yeah. Is like, do you want to do acting or anything like that?
I can't act. It's not good. I just don't care. I had to do I've done a million auditions. I've never gotten one. And I had to do one where my dad died next to me on the couch, and they threw me out of the room. It was that bad.
Oh, really?
They're like, get out of here. What are you doing? I was like, oh, Dad, what are you, crazy? What are you dying on us? Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you're wasting our time. I was like, I drove here from Santa Monica. It took 3 hours. You know?
Yeah.